If you've ever strapped on a modern backpack, tightened the waist belt and headed into the woods thinking you're doing something entirely new, here's the truth nobody talks about. The blueprint for almost everything in today's backpacking gear was hammered out during the mud-choked, trench-scarred years of World War I. The story begins with how the World War I infantryman was forced to rethink mobility. The World War I haversack evolved into the modern backpack by solving one problem at a time. The great innovation was how World War I soldiers learned to pack for speed, not comfort. In the trenches, time meant survival. Soldiers became experts at breaking down their gear to its minimum essentials, and that mindset is exactly what modern ultralight backpacking is built on. They carried a shelter half, one triangular canvas sheet per soldier that formed a tent only when two soldiers buttoned theirs together. That concept of sharing weight, splitting loads and packing only what you'll truly need is something hikers still practice. If you hike with partners, try this. Split the weight just like a World War I squad. One carries the cooking gear, one carries the first aid kit, another carries the group shelter. By dividing essentials, everyone hikes lighter and covers more ground. It's the same strategy soldiers used to survive exhausting marches through the Argonne, the Somme, and the Italian Alps. The cookware and ration setup directly shaped today's camp kitchens. The mess kit in World War I was a marvel of simplicity. Compact pan, plate, utensils, and a small stove or fuel source, depending on the army. This straightforward approach is exactly why modern backpacking cookware looks the way it does. It's small, durable, multipurpose, and able to heat water quickly under rough conditions. Even alcohol stoves and folding solid fuel stoves trace part of their ancestry to wartime necessity. Here's a practical takeaway. When building your own lightweight camp setup, follow the World War I rule. Select items that serve at least two purposes. A pan that doubles as a plate. A cup that nests over a small pot. A single metal utensil instead of a full set. Soldiers learned that shaving ounces adds miles, and that wisdom still beats most marketing hype. The most overlooked part of the World War I kit was its emphasis on clothing as survival gear. Wool layers, puttees, greatcoats, and even spare socks were considered just as important as ammunition. Modern backpackers now swear by layered clothing systems, but the concept was pioneered by necessity in the cold, damp trenches. Soldiers understood that warmth isn't just about insulation. It's about trapping heat, wicking moisture, and making sure nothing stays wet longer than necessary. If you're camping today, you can apply the same principle the exact way a World War I soldier did. Always have dry layers sealed in your pack, protect your feet first, and use outer layers to block wind more than cold. Windbreakers, shell jackets and rain gear come directly from this philosophy, and it remains one of the best survival strategies for anyone spending nights outdoors. The legacy of the World War I camp kit is that it teaches us to survive with less. Strip away the brand names, the neon fabrics, the high-end gimmicks, and you're left with the same core ideas soldiers relied on a century ago. Pack smart, carry only what matters, protect your body, and make your gear work harder than you do. Whether you're backpacking through mountains or setting up camp in your backyard, Adopting these World War I principles gives you a simpler, more efficient system that stands up to real-world conditions and not just glossy catalogue descriptions. If this deep dive into the roots of modern outdoor gear fired you up, make sure to subscribe and share this episode. There's a lot more forgotten wisdom ahead, and I'd love to take you further into the history that still shapes the way we survive outdoors today.